Hello, everybody. It's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with day 11 of the 13 days of Halloween treats. How are you today, my friends? I hope you're all doing very, very well. This is a super fun and interesting looking treat holder, gift box, whatever you want to call it. And we are on day 11 already. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. We have 2 more days after today, and then it'll be time to think about Thanksgiving and Christmas, and oh my, it's coming up quick, isn't it? All right, friends, let's get started on today's project, shall we? First off, I want to talk about the little treats. So this is one of those weird, interesting and fun little treats that I found at the Dollar Tree. I think they had, oh gosh, I can't remember how many were in a bag, maybe 4 or 6. And each treat is individually wrapped, and they have little watermelon flavored oozing candy inside here. It's a liquid candy, and then a little set of, I think they're glow in the dark teeth. Yeah, I think they're glow-in-the-dark teeth. And so I thought this was a fun little treat, you know, something cutesy to play with. And but finding a treat package or a treat holder for this is kind of wild. Like, what are we going to do with it? And then I found out it fits perfectly inside the little tombstone gift boxes or treat holders from the holiday catalog. Isn't that awesome? All right. Oh, I saw somebody come in. Hi, Miss Linda. How are you? Oh, I see folks are coming in. Say hello. Thank you all so much for visiting with me this evening. Oh, thank you for sharing too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so I thought it was just perfect how the little treat bag fit inside the box perfectly. And so I realized, you know, I hadn't done anything with these treat holders yet, and I felt it was a little bit cheaty since it was already pre-done. But of course, I'm showing you a way to decorate it up. So, I mean, it still fits in the class, right? Okay. So, of course, I'm using the cutest Halloween bundle. We're going to use those adorable little ghosts again, as well as the punch. And then the cute Halloween designer series paper. I am all about this paper. It is so, so stinking cute. And then we're going to be using those tombstone treat holders. Now, when you open the package, you may think that they're the same, like they're all the same size, but if you pull them out, you will notice that one is just slightly bigger than the other. Okay, so the bigger one is your front and the smaller one is your back. All right, so there actually are 2 different sizes in there, and you need one of each to make the box. So you have that in front of you. And then I wanted to make a window box out of this, and you know, these are all solid print on them. They don't have any windows. So I used the 3rd smallest stitched rectangle die, and I lined it up in the middle. And you want to make sure that you're lining it up inside of these score lines that are already here, because if you don't, you'll end up with a little gap between the paper. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's lined up there. And then you'll also need to run it through the machine multiple times. I had to run it through, I don't even know, countless times, and it's still not totally pushed through. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in my X-Acto knife and a cutting mat, and we'll go ahead and just cut that piece out right quick. So I'm going to be very careful. I've got my cutting mat down, and I'm making sure I keep my fingers out of the way of my X-Acto blade. And I'm lining it up and just following the cut line already made from the rectangle die. Okay, so you can see I'm just following that die cut line. I'm not making my own lines, just helping it along a little bit. All right, and then the last side right there. And then keep this because it is really nice and thick. I know I'm going to be able to use that for something else later, so that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, and now we have our window cut front panel. And of course, you don't need the window on the back side unless you want it to go all the way through. Now, that could be really interesting, but okay, I digress. Don't listen to me. Anyway, you could put a window all the way through, and wouldn't that be interesting to see all the way through it? Anyway, okay, well, that's really cool. One of the good things about this particular treat holder is that Stampin' Up! Has already put some adhesive on here for you. So they've made it really easy, which is wonderful. We love easy, don't we? All right, we'll also need a scrap length of basic white cardstock. This is to stamp and punch our 3 little ghosts, so you'll need some of that. I have a piece of window sheet here that measures 2.5 by 3.5. Of course, this is going to go inside the edge of the box. I have my sentiment piece here. I've already gone ahead and embossed it in white embossing, and this little label was die cut from the Ornate Frames dies. Okay, so there's that. And then I have 4 little strips of my Designer Series paper. So this one is 1.25 by 2 3/4 inch. This one is 1 inch by 3 inches. This one is, well, this one is 3/4 of an inch by 3, and this one is 5/8 of an inch by 3.5. All right, so I will have all of the measurements and everything on my blog. You'll be able to check that out a little bit later on, so you can get all of the measurements and everything and the supply list. So don't worry, you'll be able to get that there. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp our little ghosts. We can stamp them and punch them out. I'm going to be using Memento black ink to stamp the ghosts themselves. And I need 3 of them. Okay. Oh, I don't want to close that yet. I need to put their faces on. Tap, tap, tap. Not smush, smush, smush. Line up our little ghost face. And there. And there. All right, now we're done with the black. And then we'll bring in the Flirty Flamingo because I am absolutely in love with those little cheekies. So we're going to put some cheeks on our ghosts as well. And I'm going to have my scrap paper here. I'm stamping off 1 time and then stamping on to my little ghost. So stamping off 1 time, stamping on the ghost. And we'll keep that process going for all 3 of our little ghosts. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now I'm going to take my punch and just punch out all 3 of my little spooks here. There's 1. And 2. I should have stamped the other one upside down so I could have just turned my paper. Oopsie. That's okay. We have enough left over. Here we go. There we go. And 3. So now we have them done. All right, let's go ahead and assemble our box. I'm going to set this over here out of the way just a little bit. And with any box, of course, you're going to burnish all of your lines. So just go ahead and give it a really nice, crisp burnish. Now, it's going to be a little bit challenging to burnish the lines super tight, especially on the sides because it's really thick. And you'll notice that it's very, very thick. All right, but that's okay. Just do the best you can. Give it as good of a burnish as you can because it will make a difference no matter how tight of a crease it is. There we go. And then this one. And this one. And there. And then the last one. All right, there we go. And then on the other one as well. This box is super, super easy to put together. It's a lot of fun. And I'll be honest with you, I love the way it turned out with the window in there. Thought that was really cool. It was totally worth having to crank the die cut machine back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you saw it was really easy to cut it the rest of the way out. I mean, it really wasn't that big of a deal. I could be all dramatic and go, oh my goodness, it was so hard to do. Nah, it really wasn't. All right, there we go. Okay, now bring in that handy dandy, take your pick tool and peel the backing off just the same way you would with regular tear and tape. And here's how easy this box is to assemble. Bring the tabs in, set them upright, bring the flap up, over, and tuck it in. That's it. Easy peasy, right? Okay, one more time. Fold them in, over, tuck it in. And just like that, we have a handy dandy treat box. All right, try this one more time. Pull the backings off the adhesive. Bring our tabs up. Wait. Do not bring the tabs up. Put the window sheet in first. You could put the tabs in first, but honestly, it'll be easier if you just do this first. All right, I'm going to take my liquid glue. I'm going to be very gentle to run a nice thin little layer right around the window opening. Here we go. And I'm just keeping it pretty close to the window opening, but as you can see, I'm being very gentle with my glue. It doesn't take much. A little dab will do ya. All right, now put our window sheet in, give it a little rub. There we go. All right, now we can tuck our tabs. Okay, folding it in, folding it over, tucking it down. Putting them in, folding it over, tucking it down. Very good. All right. Now then, let's see if it goes together like a glove. All right. Okay, now this is the really cool part. Like, this thing was just meant for this treat holder. So I'm going to sit it right there and see how that fits just perfectly in there. I love it. All right. And there we go. So cool. Alrighty, let's get this done. Okay, we're gonna take a Stampin' Dimensional, and yes, I'm still using the black ones because they're fabulous and I love them. I'm gonna put it on the tombstone itself, okay? And the reason is because I don't want anything to show over the window and I don't want anything to hang over the edge. And I'll put this little guy right there, all right? And then we can assemble our banners. I want to cut dovetails in each of the bottom of these. All right, so as I have shown you before, we're going to just tuck up the middle and then cut from each corner. And this will help you get a pretty uniform looking dovetail. It doesn't have to be exact, of course, because these are homemade and they shouldn't be exact anyway. Right? So let me fix that one because it's not quite at the edge. There we go. All right, there's two. And 3. And 4. All right. Get these out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to take this one and my scrap paper and gorgeous grape ink and a blending brush, and I'm going to give that some color because I really don't need all the white, and I really need some more colors because my tombstone is gray, and well, you know, it leaves a lot to be desired in the color department. So let's just add a little bit of color to our designer series paper, and don't be afraid to do this. You know, we could change the color of Boo as well. Maybe we could color over it with pumpkin pie and make orange boos. That'd be kind of neat. But we have the black and orange stripe paper, so I'll leave the Boo white. But I like the idea of adding that beautiful purple to it, so I think it helps it stand out a bit. Okay, now that I have these, I'm going to take my long skinny piece, and then I'm going to layer on the houses. Then I'm going to layer on the Boo. And then I'm going to layer on my stripes, and then I'll just finagle with them until I get them how I like them. Okay, I think that's going to be pretty good. So then I'm going to grab my little stapler here, and I'm going to staple through the top of all of them. And then I'll put dimensionals across the back of my little label here, and we're going to cover up that staple with the label. Okay, just like this. It's going to be the cutest little pennant you ever saw. There we go. And I'm going to cut the edge off of that little banner right there because I want to make sure that it does not stick out over the top. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. Now, just like I did with this one, I'm going to put a couple of little dimensional dots, not the little ones, but I'll put a couple of dimensional dots over here on the edge for the same reason. I want to make sure that it's holding, but I don't want it to be seen. But I do want to know if my sentiment is relatively straight. So, there we go. All right. That looks nice. And then one more Boo for the road. Let's put this one on the back of him. And right about there. We're almost done, friends. Isn't that great? Okay, the only thing left to do is to bring in some of our black and white twine. This is the twine from the Playful Pets combo pack. I will tell you, I have used so many packages of this twine and ribbon since it introduced in the catalog. I absolutely love it. And I've got some of the red that I'm using for some Christmas cards, and then I have this black and white that's beautiful for all of the things as well. So let me show you how I did my double bow here. So I take approximately 19 inches of ribbon. All right, what I'm doing is I'm laying it right here about a 1/2 inch to 3/4, somewhere in there, over my hand. I'm looping it around my first finger, bringing it over the second, and looping it around the third, bringing it back around the first, back around the third, and then I'm going to kind of pinch it in the middle, and that is going to be roughly the length of my ribbon. Okay, and then I want to take this tail. This is the one that I just cut off. I'm going to tuck it between my first and second finger and then tie a knot in the tails. Okay, now this is all attempting very much to do this one-handed. Give it a really good tug, and then you can pull your fingers out and you have this nice little bow. And of course you can still kind of tweak it a little bit, pull and tug on the loops and get it how you want it. And then we'll put a glue dot right there to stick it on the tombstone with. Okay, so we'll just take the glue dot, put it right on our little bow, and stick our bow right there. All right, now that we've got that, and we'll worry about those tails later. Now then, my knot is pretty thick. Oh, you like that, do you, Linda? That knot is pretty thick. So I want to attach my little ghost here over the top of it. But if I put a dimensional on either side of that bow, it's still going to be pretty thick in the center. So we're going to double it up. What we're going to do is take 2 of our big dimensionals and stack them together. All right, so that they're nice and thick. And then we're going to cut them in half. All right. From here, we'll put one directly above the knot, and we'll put the other directly below the knot. This is going to help us get a little bit of lift to our ghost. And now he'll be big enough that he can kind of straddle over the top of that knot and tuck it in. All right. Okay, so there's my little ghost. I'll bring him in, lay him down, and there we go. Okay, now I trimmed the ends on my twine, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that on this one too. They don't need to be very long. And there you have it. What do you think? Is it good? All right, friends. I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's project. This is day 11 of the 13 days of Halloween treats. So much fun, right? So much fun. Okay, now I have something quick and fabulous to tell you. Today is Tuesday, right? Tomorrow, for 24 hours only, Stampin' Up! Is doing a flash sale of 15% off every single, the cling mount stamps. The cling mount stamps, 15% of the cling mount stamps, all of the cling mount stamps that are in the annual catalog. Okay, so 15% off for tomorrow only. Cling mount stamps. You'll be able to find the link down below. You'll be able to find it on my blog. You'll be able to find it on all of my social media. I've started posting it today, so you should already have seen it, but if you haven't, go look for it, and you'll find it on all of my media pages, and you'll find it again tomorrow as well. So don't miss out on that sale, because that is huge. And if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that's in addition to the discount you already get. So that's amazing. And if you're not a demonstrator and you'd like to get 35 to 40% off, send me a message and let me know, friend, because I will hook you up, all right? You can get 35% off of all of those cling mount stamps tomorrow when you sign up for the starter kit today. Okay, so let me know, and until next time, my friends, I will see you right here again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time with project number 12 of the 13 days of Halloween treats. Thank you so much for spending some time with me this evening. Until next time, my friends, have a wonderful day. Bye.